New at this year's Tour de France are the allowance of having the cameras on the bikes. Can you tell me a little bit about how you played a role in getting this new feature allowed in the race?
Yeah, basically, it's you look at me, but you should turn the camera around to all these people. That was the goal. How can we together as stakeholders in the sport reach the fans? We would like to make the cycling product much more nice from the inside. So yeah, a group of teams working with ASO to give a better insight and an exciting insight in the peloton.
Now, I was always a really pushing it to have cameras on the bike because you get such bigger and better images from what's going on in the bike race, and finally I think we achieved it and have cameras on it. And as you can see, it's such a small camera. It's I don't know how much it weighs, but it doesn't make a difference for me on a flat stage, and it's definitely going to deliver perfect and great pictures, as we have seen already on the internet and in some TV stations.
You often see the shots from front of the peloton in the final or from the helicopter, and you think, oh, that's going pretty easy. They're all riding one line. But if you are in the peloton, it's always so nervous and hectic, and I think with this camera you can catch that.
Are you in charge of turning it on and off during the race? Do you know how that's going to work?
I think I get it. They tell me when they have to turn it on. I think it's in the final because they run for 2 hours or something, or more or less. So, I mean, in the beginning you maybe don't want to see it, but especially for the final, it's nice to see.
I think this is a trend, and if I were an organizer, or more important, if I were a fan and I would like to see the race, I would like to see those footage. I think that is part of the future of the sport.
Once they gather all the footage, who does the editing and where do they post it up online?
It's the persons from ASO, and they have to work hard because they got hours of footage, and they really have to look. So during the race, we already look. Okay, what can be the good moments to look for when you have all the footage. So yeah, you have to do it smart, but still a lot of work to go through all that footage.
And do the riders just turn it on at the start and then it's off at the finish?
I think it depends on which camera you have. But our cameras can run for 2 hours, so we have to put it on during the race. So the riders play actually an important role in this.
We've seen the previous pictures from the cameras on the internet, and it's incredible race footage. What do you think of it? Do you feel like it's realistic?
It's definitely realistic, and if the sound gets a little bit better still, then you really hear what people talk to each other and at the same time yell at each other, and what's going on. It's like we're talking about 60 k's an hour and even more, and 45 miles per hour pretty much in the final. And this is how close we are and how many times we touch each other. It's like in a good way, not like to crash people. It's just like, but there's not enough space for everybody, and this is also part of the sprint. And you can see if people starting taking their hands off the handlebars, what they shouldn't do. And no, but it's definitely, it gives a really good insight and what's going on. Even for us, we watch it like kids. It's like, really, this is happening there, and that's the exciting. Even when we get excited, then you know that it works.
And of course, you never use bad language or yell at anybody on the bike.
No, never. Never.
Thanks, mate.